podcast for you. You'll get golf tips and news off the tour, the review. Come and join us, have some fun.
So hi everybody, welcome to week 20 of Paul and Pat's podcast. We're in a new location this week, Pat.
We're on the golf course.
Yeah, we're on the golf course. What are we doing out here?
We've got the P&P Prüfung, Platzerlaubnis, for all the people in different countries. You wouldn't know what that is because it's like a driving license for golf, which I think
it's pretty amazing.
Only Germany has, and then Spain started doing it because it's all
make a lot of money doing it. Yeah, it was Platzreife, historically very interesting. It's invented by English pros to try and make a lot of money out of German golfers, or at least that's the feeling I get sometimes. So we want to chat a bit about that today. We want to talk about something very special coming up in Mallorca, which you really need to know about. And I need to mention this Eat Natural food bar, which is great, by the way. You need to get yourself one of these, or some of these, available from our pro shop, because they taste great and they're great for you and everything like that. And you can enjoy it actually the best when you're wearing a cross jacket, Echo shoes, and playing with Titleist clubs, actually.
Yeah. Anyway, on the tour.
On the tour, yeah. What's happening on the tour?
Andy Bean. We need to talk about Andy, don't we? 13th in the charity thing there.
See, that's the Regions Bank.
That's Regions Bank. Regions Charity Classic. That is the most interesting tournament at the moment.
Why is that then? What's happening on the?
We've got the Texas Open in America.
Texas Open, yeah.
And I mean, that Frederick Jacobsen's leading is very good because he's obviously a student from David. But then, I mean, JB Holmes is up there, which is interesting to watch because he hits a ball for miles. Then Charlie Hoffman, he's up there. I'm not sure about the hair, but he plays Titleist, so
we like him. Get a haircut. Yeah.
And other than that,
everyone's having a week off.
Yeah, they're all not playing. And Europe.
Where are we in Europe?
Mallorca.
Mallorca, we love Mallorca. Great.
Alejandro Canzares is leading.
Yeah, Canizares, great. Comes from a great family of top golfers. Jose Maria, all those people back then in the 80s and 90s, Ryder Cup.
Whatever he might be to him, father, uncle, whatever.
Whatever he is, yeah, but good job anyway.
And then Peter Hansen second.
Right, okay. So scratching the bottom of the ball there.
James Kingston is up there, but it's, all the big ones out there.
Yeah. So everyone is having a week off this week.
Yeah.
We're not. We're working.
Well, we need to keep the time because we never
keep talking too much. Yeah. Well, we're working. Well, this is actually what we call work because we're not actually doing work. Sven and Caroline are actually on the course. Good job,
better
you two.
That way too.
Yeah. They're actually counting the shots of all the.
They think we're actually doing something too,
but we're not. Yeah. So that's good. Our subject this week is beginners. As Pat said, you've got to do a test in Germany, which is probably no bad thing, actually, because it does force people to at least learn some of the rules before they go. But somehow
they need to do all this.
Yeah, the rules test. There you go. Pat is checking the rules.
This is what they need to do.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. We'll do the
8th semester.
Yeah, exactly. So that's all a bit weird doing that many rules. But we think it's a good thing. I'll tell you what I don't think is a good thing though, that beginners learning things like the plane and the club face and all these sort of abstract technical things, I think that's maybe a bit too far for them, don't you think? I think beginners learn too much technique.
Don't you think one of the problems is that they are not allowed to go on the golf course? So what they do is they stand on the range all the time, and then they get taught technique all the time, and they get messed up with technique.
Yeah. And what do we talk about all the time, even for better players? We talk about don't go on the range all the time and beat balls. Play golf, yeah. And I tell you, I started playing golf. First ever golf shot was on the second hole of Marsden Park Municipal Golf Course. I watched my friend Andrew play the first, just to see how he did it. And then on the second, I joined in. And I didn't pay a green fee anyway, so it didn't make any difference. By the time I got to the 9th hole, which is a nice par 4 downhill, I actually parred it. Right, but obviously, being 11 years old or whatever I was, But maybe we need to see a bit more of that in German golf clubs, that, you know, beginners don't hang around on the range. That's the last place you should be.
But it's very difficult because they are not allowed to go on the golf course before they have this test.
So, yeah, but do something about it. You know, golf pros, golf club owners out there, you know, get people out on the golf course to still get better quicker.
Or make the practice range more like golf and not so much just a big thing where you hit balls and you have mirrors. And
well, we talked about this last week, right? And not very many of you have downloaded the free ebook on shortgamerevolution.com. So I'll tell you again,
it's
download
free.
it. It's free. You can have it. Just click on free ebook and you get it free. And it's all this wonderful stuff we were just talking about, which is obviously the same thing for beginners as it is for better players.
Definitely. I mean, you see everyone on the range. In England, like we talked about with workshop, they don't really have a range, but players are so good from there.
Yeah.
So
go on the course. Yeah.
Go on the golf course and play golf, or when you do go on the range, play games and try to.
I'll tell you what. Why don't you do an experiment? I think everybody who's watching Paul and Pat's podcast should do an experiment. Don't go on the range for a whole month. Just go on the golf course all the time and see if you don't get better. I bet you get better. What do you think about that?
I think that's a great idea.
And anybody who doesn't get better can have a free Eat Natural food bar. What about that?
Sounds good.
And anyone who does can have a free Eat Natural food bar.
And you obviously still come for lessons, and we'll go on the golf course with you too.
Exactly. And teach you how to play golf on the course, because that's the most important thing.
To get less numbers on the scorecard, right?
Exactly. That's what you need to learn, not how to get a perfect swing plane or anything like that. Speaking of swing plane, speaking of swing plane, Haney and Tiger.
Haney's left. Well,
Tiger's
sacked.
Anyway,
something like that.
Yeah, they split up anyway.
Yeah.
And we didn't feel that Haney's sort of playing method was just a thing. But we don't like it anyway.
But especially not for Tiger.
Yeah. Someone who teaches dynamics, like Pat, for example. Tiger,
come see me, and then we can go out in the evening too. Good.
Yeah, you're very similar. Yeah.
Or just go and see David.
Whatever. Yeah, we've got plenty of ideas what that. Absolutely. So anyway, we've got some more important things to discuss. A very special thing we need to tell you about Mallorca again.
And this is very, very important for all of you.
Yeah. Turn the volume up and listen carefully.
We are having a Paul and Pat's podcast golf holiday to Mallorca for only €888.
And there's limited places, there's not many people allowed. There's only going to be 30 people in this tournament, and it's a 3-day tournament with a leaderboard and all these cool things that you have. Podcast every day, of course, all together, and from Mallorca. You play a practice round, and there's a 3-day tournament, so you're only there for 5 days, 5 overnight stays. It's absolutely awesome. It's at the Castillo Hotel Sun Vida, which is really nice. We were there.
We've just been there, and it is actually really nice.
And it's at the top of the hill, looking over the golf courses, and you can see miles from there. You can see into the sea. It's absolutely awesome. It's going to be brilliant there. We love it there, and like I said, there's only 30 places in this tournament. Prizes, plenty of prizes
from, funnily enough, Echo and Titleist.
Yeah.
Maybe Cross can join in.
Philip from Cross, a couple of prizes, and you're there. That'd be good. People will appreciate it and buy your stuff. That'd be good. And please come along. It's going to be absolutely awesome. And while you're at it, you do need to follow us on Facebook as well.
You do. Right on Facebook. Connect with us. You can learn something from us.
Absolutely. So have we got anything else for this week? Or we're pretty much done, are we? Do a short one this week?
Yeah, I mean, with all the editing and stuff.
Yeah.
It's about right anyway.
Okay, well, I'm going to enjoy my Eat Natural bar and carry on with our marking our papers.
I'll start doing this. Actually, no, I'll give it to Sven.
Yeah, exactly. All right, cheers, Pat. See you next time.